Okay, so some questions on number. Write down all the factors of 18. These are the values that go into 18, okay? The numbers that go into 18 perfectly. So if we think about it, 1 goes into 18, doesn't it? Okay, 1 goes into every number. And when it comes to finding factors, you could think of factor pairs. So you could think of 1, well, its partner, if you think about it. What do you multiply by 1 to get 18? Of course, it's 18. So that gives you another factor, doesn't it? 18 goes into 18. 2, okay, we'll go to 2 next. 2 goes into 18, doesn't it? Because it's even. What do you multiply by 2 to give 18? Of course, that's 9. So 9 is a factor of 18. 3 goes into 18 6 times. So 6 is also a factor. You could try 4. 4 doesn't go into it though, and 5 doesn't go into it. 6 goes into it, but we've already got it, so we know we've got all the factors. So quite simply, list them in order. Okay. You've got all the factors. It says then each of the digits 6, 1, 3, 4 is used once to make a 4-digit number, which is the smallest number that can be made. So to get the smallest number, you quite simply need to start with the smallest digit here, yeah, and then go sort of in ascending order to get the smallest number. So 1, okay, then 3, then 4, then 6. 1,346 is the smallest. What's the largest even number that can be made? Well, we want the largest number possible. The largest number possible would be starting with a 6, okay? But we have to make sure it ends in an even number, right? So it ends in an even number. It'd either be ending in a 6 or a 4, okay? But given that we want the largest even number, we're better off taking the 4 for it to end in order for us to be able to start with the biggest number here, which is 6. So 6 and then 3, 1. So that gives me then the largest possible number, which is also even. Question 2 says write down the whole number is nearest in value to the square root of 101. Alright? Well, here we need to know our square roots or our square numbers. Of course, square root of 100 is 10. Right? 10 squared is 100. So square root of 101, the nearest whole number, it's got to be 10, isn't it? Okay, because the square root of 100 is 10, so it's got to be pretty close to that. Okay, question 3, it says Alice thinks of a number, she multiplies it by 5 and subtracts 6. Her answer is 39. Now there's two ways you could do this. You could use an algebraic approach. So she thinks of a number, well, should we call it x, right? She multiplies it by 5, so 5x, and subtracts 6, take away 6. Her answer then is 39. Okay, so in that case then, we've got 5x minus 6, 39. What was her number? So you could solve this, couldn't you? You could just take this minus 6 over, it becomes a plus 6. So 5x then is 45. Okay, and then of course x is 45 divided by 5, which is equal to 9. Alright, x is equal to 9. So that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is working backwards. If they give you the answer to be 39, you could work your way from bottom to top here and do the opposite. So where it says subtract 6, you can add 6, so you get 45. Where it says multiply by 5, you do the opposite then and divide that 45 by 5, so you get 9. Just another way of doing it. Okay. Question 5, it says Sam bought 8 trees for his garden. Each tree cost £17. Calculate the total cost of the trees. Well, here it costs £17 and there was 8 of them, so you need to do that. Okay. And when you do that, 17 times 8, you could do 10 times 8 and 7 times 8. Okay, you could break it down like that. So 10 times 8 is 80. 7 times 8 is 56. Right? And then if you add them, that gives you the total then, 136. Question 5, it says Sean has 217 counters. She divides the counters into 7 equal piles. Okay, how many counters are there? So we need to divide. Use the bus stop method. 7 into 2 doesn't go. Carry it. 7 into 21 goes 3 times. 7 into 7 goes once. So 31 is our answer. Okay. Question 6, it says Gail buys 8 biros for £3. 3 of them are black, the others are red. Each biro costs 45 pence. What is the cost of 1 black biro? Well, here the others are red. Well, if 3 of them are black and there's 8 biros in total, that means she's bought 5 red. Each red biro costs 45 pence, so we've got to do 45 pence times 5. Again, you could split this up. You could do 40 times 5 is 200, and then 5 times 5 is 25, so it's 225 pence. So that means then you were left with, because it's £3 spent in total, 75 pence on black pens. Of course, we know she bought 3 black pens, so if she bought 3, you just divide this by 3, so 1 black pen was 75 divided by 3, which is 25 pence. Okay.